She's known for her chat using hashtags during her streams. Tonight's guest is a funny, witty, vibey, and hyped friend and streamer. Her streams are always fun to watch, and she is super welcoming and nice to everyone. We've got a lot to discuss tonight as we dive deep into more lore about the channel, what is played mostly, what she's up to, how she got on the platform, what's the lore behind these so-called hashtags, and more. I'm more than happy to welcome Cassidy, aka ThisBeTheCassidy on Twitch, to tonight's episode of Twitch Tea Time.
Amazing. I'm so excited to be here. I'm very honoured to be invited. Thank you for the invite, Bruce. I appreciate it.
I mean, hashtag honors mine.
There we go. We started. Now we got to keep going. That's how we start.
I mean, it is a pattern, you know.
It is.
Yeah.
It became a thing. I didn't know if it would, but it did.
I mean, yeah. So in this space, we're going to talk about everything from gaming, Twitch, as well as some mental health topics. So to those listening, I hope you enjoyed the episode. Either going for a run, a walk, whatever you're doing. Just if you want to wind down, grab a drink, sit back, relax, and enjoy whatever you're doing. First question I always ask is, how are you doing today?
Yeah, really good. Do you know what? I had a spa day with a good friend, so it's been an absolute day of relax, forget the rest of the world. So it's been good, thank you. How are you?
My day has been good so far. I was at work, and yes, I work Sundays, but it's always a chill day. It's always a chill day.
Good to hear.
Sorry, I work Mondays as well. I just losing track of time, you know, like. Yeah.
What day is it? Who are we? I don't know.
Where are we? Who am I? Who are you? Yeah.
It's all questions we'll answer in the stream.
Well, some of them are, yeah, but segment 2 is like more of a lightning round / pop quiz about you. It's like the round 2, consider it as a portfolio about you.
Nice. Okay.
So
sounds good.
Yeah. So can you tell me about how you discovered Twitch, how you decided to become a streamer, and a little bit about the channel?
Yeah, so it kind of, I probably wasn't aware of Twitch till, I don't know, let's think, maybe about 2021. A friend of mine was starting streaming on Twitch, and I thought it sounded awesome. I liked the concept, I liked the idea of it, but I kept kind of putting it off, thinking, I don't know what I'd do, what would that even look like, what even is Twitch? But I started kind of going on, watching him, and I thought, you know what, I should give it a go. I'm always telling people I am not a tech whiz. I don't know what I'm doing with most things. But I think once I started to ask a few friends, what is this about? How do I set it up? I didn't realise how easy it was. So I still stream from a console now, and that's always what I've streamed from so far. I didn't realise how little you need to do that. So it was kind of a no-brainer in the end. I started out as PCassidy7. I didn't really know what to pick as a username. Yeah, it was bad. No judgment here, right? Hashtag no judgment.
I mean,
but,
we've all been there, you know, like at some point, even me with my usernames. So here's a funny story. So I started off as like Lucifer 1994. Then I thought it was like, okay, too much math. So Lucifer _94. Then I was like, because I got on Twitch in 2020, and then in 2021, I thought I'd like at the end of 2021, in January 2022, I didn't know that once you change your username, you're stuck with it for 60 days before you can just change it again. So I changed it as a joke. So I changed it as a joke to call me Karen. And
oh my god,
yeah, it's stuck there. And you know what?
Why are you not still that, Lucifer?
It's not me, but you know what's even bumming me out? One of my favorite simmers, Deligracy, she has a big name in the Sims community. I've been trying to just get her to notice me under Lucifer, and when I used Call Me Karen, She noticed. I was like, fuck.
I bet she did, because that's a
Yes.
great username. But I know what you mean about you've got to
Yeah.
find what represents you, right?
Yeah.
That's totally
And that's a
true.
joke that backfired at me, so yeah.
Oh, I love it though. I think we all go through a journey, right? Like my username now, I kind of decided that I had to keep Cassidy because the few people that I did meet in the very early days, I say early days, I started streaming in November
Yeah.
2023, so it still feels like early days. People that I got to know were calling me Cassidy, so I thought I've got to keep that in there somehow. But some people had said to me, "Oh, maybe not numbers in your name. Try and get rid of numbers." Just trying to give me some advice. And I won't bore you with the full story, but basically,
No
there's
worries,
a
go
poem
ahead.
called
Go ahead if you want.
there's a poem. I'm an absolute literature nerd, right? I don't know if you know that already.
No.
And there's a poem. There's a poem called "This Be the Verse," and it's a short poem that's basically saying, in a kind of joke, this is the best poem ever. It's going to be the shit. Like, it's going to be amazing. And it's not. It's just a silly little poem, just trying to have a laugh. And I remember just thinking, oh my God, it's got to be This Be the Cassidy. Like, I'm the only Cassidy you want to know. Jokes, we a hot mess, but come have fun. Like, that's kind of, it just worked. So obviously the name changed, and ever since I started streaming, I've just absolutely fallen in love with it. Like, I feel like I've got a bug for it. I think probably a lot of people do, right? They try it and they just think, I've got to keep going with whatever this is.
Yeah. So, how did you come up with the idea? Since we mentioned the hashtags earlier, how did you come up with the idea to have your chats use words and phrases in the form of hashtag? And where do they end up going after you choose the best ones of the week? Like, for example, do they get posted on your Discord server? Do they go on Twitter? What is exactly the purpose behind them? Since I feel like that is that the idea is somewhat like unique and original, since you're the first and probably the only streamer I've come across that does this.
Yeah, it's pretty random, isn't it? I suppose the reason it started was actually to do with Dungeons and Dragons, right? Again, massive nerd, very proud nerd. I love playing Dungeons and Dragons with a lot of my friends in my own time. And I don't even quite know how that started, but we would play D&D together, and we'd all be in the same room, right? We weren't even at a distance. This is like pre-COVID. We'd play together, and we just started thinking, oh my God, we need to remember these stupid things that we say, like these hilarious lines we're coming out with. We need to immortalize them.
Yeah.
We need to remember these memories. So we started just in our kind of group chat messenger, just hashtagging what we were saying, and we just found it hilarious to then look back over them and have all these memories. And it might seem like a really silly thing to a lot of people, and it is kind of just a silly game we play, but it's memories. And you know, in terms of where it goes, so primarily I post it on the Discord that I have, and we have kind of hashtags of the week, which we promote on stream as well. So live on stream is when I share it first. It's like a VIP level of, oh, what's the hashtag of the week? You know, really, really exciting. Yeah. And we share it live on stream. We have a laugh and we talk about, what the hell was that from? You know, like, what was that about? And the more out of the context, the better. You know, like, the weirder the better.
have you? I don't know why when you said like, where the hell did that come from? I remember just like in talk shows or like TV shows where they're like in Kelly Clarkson. Let's say each segment, whether it's new, regular, they have like a theme song like, where the heck did that come from? Have you ever thought of like just doing a joke theme song, like a small intro?
I have not, but taking notes, please, sir. Taking notes.
Yep.
That's a cool idea. Yeah, I've only just started bringing some music into my streams. There's lots that, obviously, again, early day streamer, so much that I want to do, and it's all learning all the time, which I love as well about Twitch and streaming in general, like learning from other people who are just doing amazing things, and you learn about what you want to kind of take from that, and like you say, you know, getting awesome ideas from people like yourself, and you think, oh, yeah, let's do that, let's try it. So definitely something to think about.
I mean, yeah, but let's go back a little bit even further. Do you remember what was the first game you ever streamed?
Yeah, easy. Baldur's Gate 3.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I'm still playing it now.
I mean,
still playing it now on
it
stream.
is a pretty big game, so...
Yes, Yeah, it has become a bit of a joke now, though, that we've been playing it for so many streams. So my
Yeah.
current playthrough, we're doing like a what's called like an honor mode run, right? Permadeath, legendary actions from enemies, like super super hard mode, right? One save file, etc. etc. And we have been playing that one game, that one character I have, for over 40 streams.
Oh my God.
And I don't know whether to be proud or embarrassed, Lucifer. I don't know at this point.
I do have a hashtag for you about that.
Okay, go on.
Hashtag whose gate are you making bald?
I mean, it's got to be written down. It's got to be written down. It'll be included,
Yep.
Lucifer.
Yep, go ahead.
I
Go
love
ahead. I
it.
don't mind.
I'm
You
doing
can post it alongside, like when the episode comes out, if you want,
Yep.
as a
Oh
showcase.
yeah, that's an awesome idea.
Yep.
Love that.
To also like maybe promote the episode as well on your end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love
But
that.
how did you decide on what content you're going to be streaming and what content you'd rather just play offline?
So in terms of what to play, I started with Baldur's Gate, and I'm still going Baldur's Gate 3 because I think it's a game that I just absolutely fell in love with off stream. Like, again, it lends itself so much to my D&D interest. It's really linked to a lot of that kind of gameplay style. And I think when I started thinking about streaming, I thought I've got to pick a game that I'm super comfortable with, because if I start with a game that I don't really know, I'm going to be a bumbling mess more than I am usually. You know, it's not going to be fun to watch that, me being totally lost. So I felt most comfortable talking for hours on end about a game that I knew very well, because we all know when you start streaming, you might be talking to the ether, like the dark abyss.
Yeah.
Nobody's there, right?
Even
you have to have
narrating.
something you can
Yeah.
talk about.
Narrate
Yeah,
yourself what you do.
exactly.
For example, I do that regardless. Like, for example, ooh, what's this? Like, oh my God, please leave me alone. For example, like when I panic, I say just the most stupidest yet funniest things.
I love it.
For example, I say, oh my God, I don't exist. I'm just a fart in the wind to you. For example, I even panicked so hard on Assassin's Creed one time that I said, I don't exist, I'm a tumbleweed, and then I hid in a bush.
I love it. Honestly, like, your commentary stood out to me so quickly when we met. Like, Lucifer, I don't know what game it was. You were playing some game where it was like I don't know if it was like a wrestling match or some kind of fighting game.
Oh.
And someone was like holding your foot. And you were like, why are you trying to check my shoes?
Oh, yeah,
And
yeah.
me
That was
sold.
wrestling. That
Do
was
you know
wrestling.
what I mean?
That was Donald
That
Trump
was
holding.
amazing.
That was Donald
Yes.
Trump holding someone's foot, and I'm gonna be doing
Yeah.
that again during my birthday week in
Oh,
like
please do.
a week and a half.
Please do.
Yeah, there's
That
gonna
would
be
be awesome.
like
Hell yeah.
I'm thinking of even maybe trying having people like, but I don't think I have the bandwidth to just create them from scratch. But that's an idea for the future. Maybe have people interested to redeem it, and then we'll see. But I'm thinking of probably adding even more characters, because we have politicians, we have cartoon characters, we have villains, we even have singers. Like, for example, we have Elmo, we have Donald Trump, we have Joe Biden, we have Homer Simpson, we have Patrick Starr, we have Spider-Man, we have Batman, we have Venom. All of these characters that you can think of, and
It's A-list.
yeah, it's like a 30-man battle royale, and then at some point Elmo kicked Donald Trump's ass. I'm not joking.
Nice.
Yeah.
I can believe it.
Yeah,
That sounds great.
Yeah. So what are your limits regarding your streams? Like, what would piss you off? What could get someone to be banned or have their message deleted? What's allowed? What isn't?
Yeah, good question. It's one of those scary moments to admit you've not really had too many issues, right? You don't want everyone to hear you say that, because that's just bait, right? Like, you're going to come in and troll me, Lucifer, I know it. But I feel like we've only had very little things. Like, obviously, the usual, like, viewer bots, people that come in and say, best viewers on, like, that kind of stuff. Obviously, you go. But I don't know, I've really not come across anything that I've found really troubling that I've genuinely banned someone. But obviously, it's the usual, right? It's what I call safe for not being a dickhead. I'm sorry to say that word, right? But that's what I call it. Not safe for work, but safe for not being a dickhead.
No worries.
Don't be rude, right? Don't be mean to people.
I've said worse.
Don't be offensive. Good.
Yeah, I've said
I didn't
worse
ask about the
words.
swearers, but
I mean,
I've got a potty mouth.
I mean, I don't fucking care if you swear or
cool,
not.
cool.
I don't give a
That's
shit
fucking
about
good
it.
to know.
Yeah.
Cool.
I mean,
Yeah, suppose it's just it's that usual stuff, isn't it? It's like, don't be a dick, don't be rude to people. There's no space for that. It's good vibes only. You know, I mean, we actually had one of our first community nights recently, which was super, super fun.
Ooh.
But a lot of my streamer friends were saying to me, "Oh, you're going to do Jackbox? Watch out!"
I will.
So we were doing.
I will be doing a lot of it.
Yeah, so it's one that a few people warned me about, just because obviously it's difficult to control who comes in at first.
Yeah.
Even in terms of people joining the group, they can have an offensive
Yeah.
username. You just don't know what to expect, right?
You can
and
have it
brings a lot
set
of
as
people in.
you can have it set in a way that they can use their Twitch usernames, like force it on them. Because I've had someone. It turns out that it's someone I know pulling a joke, and I do not mind that username.
Yeah.
But he used Yurak Hunt, and if you put it together, it's Yurak Hunt. So I'm like,
Yeah.
I know you. Please step down or step out of the game or change your username.
Yeah, calm down. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
I'm
my
like,
God.
I don't
Yeah, that's
mind.
the thing you've got to
I
look
mean, in
for.
Australia, it's okay. They say it regularly,
Yeah.
but it's offensive
Yeah.
probably in the UK or in the US. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
So that's the kind of thing, isn't it? Like, I actually have definitely a bunch of people in my community. Like, I can think of at least 2 shining stars that are absolute trolls for me.
Yeah.
But I love them dearly, and I know them. Like, I've got to know them, and I know they do it out of fun. Do you know what I mean? It's drawing that line for yourself,
Yep.
isn't it? It's figuring out what you're comfortable with and making sure that you set boundaries if they are crossed. And just having a conversation. Communication is so important, right? It's like don't just get rid of someone unless it is really serious. Have a conversation. Make sure someone understands where something's happened. Because I've not had it happen, but I've heard people say they got banned. They don't always know why. I mean, some people might just be stupid and they do know why. But
Yeah.
you feel bad, right? You think if someone's banned out of nowhere, that could really suck.
Yeah.
You know? So
Yeah. I was co-streaming with a friend of mine, like a month or 2 ago, and he had someone come. He plays a lot of Phasmophobia, so he had someone come into his chat and say, "Next person that moves is racist." And then, bro, everybody moved, and then there's another person that's. It turns out he was like a Latino or something. So then someone else with a different username showed up in my chat, and he was like, "Hola." I'm like, "Hello, please keep 2 things to know. Please keep chats in English, and if you're here to troll, then please go away. This is not your place." And I haven't seen him ever since.
And that's the thing as well, though, right? Like, if you don't know someone, trolling can come across really rude or just like disrespectful to what you're trying to do with your stream. So there is an element of get to know someone first. Like, spend some time, hang out with them, get a vibe for their stream before you just assume you can start spamming sound alerts or start saying silly stuff.
I don't mind.
Really...
I don't mind the spam of sound alerts, but if you mean it in a very malicious way, then no.
Yeah, exactly. There's a difference, isn't there?
Yeah, because I also had someone mutual with another friend I mod for. They went into my stream, and then they were like, "Hey, you know me from XXX, like let's I'm not gonna dox. Let's say XXX channel, and I followed you from there." I'm like, "Oh yeah, welcome." And then they started like talking and stuff, and they slowly built up the momentum where it's like, "Hey, by the way, do you want help with your community? Do you want help with anything?" I'm like, if you're looking for mods, I'm not looking for any mods at the moment. Sorry." They're like, no, I'll whisper you. And then the whisper, they didn't only whisper me, they whispered my mods, they joined my Discord, and it all turned out to be against Twitch TOS, which is like follow for follow, but they used the term support for support. So I was like, nope, I gotta warn you about this. Told my friend, please see what's been going on. And it turns out they've been streaming a lot of gambling games, so...
Oh gosh, yeah, just all out breaking the rules.
Yeah.
Not the people you want to hang out with.
Yeah.
Dearie me.
So how many hours a day or a week in general do you spend on Twitch?
I mean, I stream 3 times a week, right? But I would say I am on Twitch every day, at least like just
Yeah,
checking who's on. I got my, I lurk when I'm kind of busy. I don't always announce a lurk, but I'll kind of check in with people because I think
yeah,
it's so important. Like, what those viewers mean, right? When you get into streaming, so you realize how important it is. But there are some people that I just genuinely love to sit in their stream. Like, it's amazing when you find those people. So, I would say I check it every single day, but probably like even on non-stream days, I'd say I'm probably on Twitch an hour to maybe a couple of hours. It's
no
maybe a bit of
worries.
an addiction.
Yeah, no, I'm on Twitch probably almost every waking hour of my day
Yeah, yeah,
because I recently started adopting this where I don't announce my lurks because
yeah.
sometimes they tell me, well, I didn't see you in my lurk, in my lurkers. I'm like, well, yeah, Twitch, they sometimes allow you like 2 or 3 channels to appear as a lurker, even if you don't chat, it takes you,
Yeah.
if you're not active, for example, it takes you out after like it doesn't count you after like 5 minutes. I've noticed that lately, and yeah, because I'm like I want to support, and honestly, to me, numbers don't matter that much. If at the end of the night, I do check it only when I want to raid out, and double digits or not, I always aim to just
Yeah.
focus on rating someone either new with like a low view count or someone that I know that has been struggling with getting their views, getting their content, or they always have like one viewer in their chat regardless of the of course DBD is a big no-go to me, but unless it's like a friend of mine and I really appreciate that friend and they know someone, because like one of my friends they suggested someone for me and I was like, what game, please hold on before I ask you, do they play DBD? He's like, yes. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay,
No.
I could tell you to go speak to XYZ, and he showed up to XYZ's streams, and I don't know what happened after that. I haven't gotten back, but regardless of the game, you're always gonna get my support.
Yeah. No, that's awesome.
That's
That's
what
a
I
good way
aim.
to play it.
Yeah.
I think there's games that may put you off, like you say.
Yeah.
And I certainly have those too. But it depends. It's the people we go for as well, right? Not just the games.
Yeah, yeah. So the final question in this segment, to the new people out there who just started streaming or are thinking about it, what is one advice you want to give them?
Right. This piece of advice, I often describe it as don't be like a main character person. And what I mean by this, right, is don't be obsessed with like it's all about my stats, all about my stream. It's how I gain popularity. It's all about meeting people, and I've met so many people around the world now, and it's genuinely brought me such joy. It's not just about my streaming journey, it's the friends I've met along the way, and that opens up opportunities. And I think the more you put yourself out there and you spend time in other people's communities, you're not going to like them all. You're not going to like them all, right? Yeah. But you will vibe with some amazing people and you'll have fun along the way. And I just think your stream grows from that very naturally. That's what I would tell anyone.
Yeah, and I've been facing like a little bit of like, let's say I've had this issue lately where like without even wanting or like it's not voluntarily, but like at some points I end up talking about like myself and it comes off as like probably egotistical because I've been called I've been like shaded to have in a way to have like a big ego or something, and I've spoken about that in an upcoming song in my metal album coming in February. It's called Brain Rot. Yeah, and I think also in another song called Ego Trip as well in the same album. So I'm like, last time I've been told that, I'm like, well, go big or go home. If my ego is big, I don't mean any harm. Plus, I really, really, really don't mean it in a malicious way. To anybody listening out there, if I ever just happen to speak about myself, or if like stuff I do come up a lot, and if I use the word I or me or me, it's not intentional, It's like I just open conversations and I just out of to avoid anxiety, I don't know what to speak about. So that comes up.
Mm.
Yeah.
Do you know what's interesting? I think you get like sometimes a little bit of two extremes, don't you? You get people that, you know, maybe they're accused of being egotistical, as people talk about themselves all the time, but you also don't want to be 100% the other way, right? Like if you've got something amazing going on in your life, you're not telling anyone. That's such a shame. Like you should rep yourself, you know, like speak out, celebrate your successes. I think it's great that you do that.
Ever since I was like or growing up, I always felt like, okay, I wanna, like, for example, when I'm 30, I'm gonna be here and here and here. And now I look back at myself and I'm like, I'm sorry I deceived you. And now I'm like, okay, so my former best friend and we had this mentality where, like, he always kept telling me, like, oh, I'm not gonna get famous even with my music. I'm like, well, get on Twitch, help me out, I'll promote you. And then he did it one time and then he disappeared. I'm like, well, you're lost. So I'm not, let's not say success. It's like I'm achieving stuff right now. That's what I feed on and I thrive.
Yeah, hell yeah to that.
Yep. So Cassidy has recently been nominated for the Rising Star Awards. Like, she's gonna explain to us how it happened and how the process went. What are the steps for people to vote for you? How excited are you? How did you receive the news and stuff? And also, congrats, by the way.
Yeah, another thing I'm really excited about is the Rising Stars Awards. It's a competition celebrating smaller streamers, run by other smaller streamers, which is really cool. It's kind of, you know, getting people's names out there, celebrating people who maybe just started out in their journey or they have smaller communities. And it's really nice to see, you know, whatever part of your Twitch journey, your streaming journey you're on, you're getting that recognition. It's a really nice initiative. I found out about it a couple of months ago from a few lovely streamer friends of mine who shared the information with me. They said, look, this competition's there. It's looking for nominations at the moment, so we could nominate some people, see where we can get with this. We really didn't know where it was going to lead, and we're still very much in this process. At the moment, it's round one of voting. And we don't really know where it's going to lead, but there's going to be an award ceremony. There's going to be a few rounds of voting and an award ceremony live on Twitch, is my understanding, which is really exciting to see who's won for particular things. They've got a few different categories. They have, for example, the Fear Friend, which is maybe a streamer from the horror genre, which is really cool. Something that I don't do an awful lot because I'm a massive baby, but you know. We've also got the Accessibility Adventure, which is a really awesome category celebrating streamers with a chronic illness or a disability, you know, people who raise awareness of that and ensure that their streams are accessible for everyone who comes in, like a super welcome space for everyone, which is awesome. And I'm really lucky to have been nominated for a category called the Rising Star Award, which is kind of described as the best overall streamer, and it kind of describes it here as this streamer has shown dedication and passion for their career. They've grown a lot over the year and made an impact on the community, which is really humbling to read that back and think, oh, I'm kind of, I've been put forward for that. It's really exciting. I feel very humbled. I feel like the love already. As I said, we're in voting round one and everyone has been promoting this, sharing this, talking about this already. And whether we get further into the next round or not, it has been an awesome initiative just to get names out there. And also when you're voting, it's a really nice opportunity to find new content, find new friends, you know, look at what other people are doing as well. I've got a lot of familiar faces that are in other categories with me, so that's awesome. I love, you know, the best success is success with your friends, and that's awesome. I love there's so many familiar faces, but also finding new people and just discovering new content is really exciting. I think it's a great part of this process. If you want to find out more information about this competition, you can go to their website, which is just the risingstars.com, and you can also go on their Twitter X page where they share most of their updates. They're putting together a Discord at the moment as well, which is exciting. It's a fairly new thing. I think they're putting together a new initiative, but I'm just really honoured to be a part of it. And as I say, the love that has come from this has been really wholesome, very heartwarming, and it's just amazing to see people come together and celebrate people who are working hard and really care about what they put out there and are having fun with their communities and just creating a really inclusive space for everyone, right? It's really exciting. They're going to have a few rounds of voting, and then the award show, I believe, is going to be live on Twitch, so that's really exciting to see where we get with this. So who knows what's ahead, but I'm really excited about this opportunity. It'd be amazing if anyone wants to vote, whether they're supporting people they know, supporting me, whatever it may be. That it's just a really awesome initiative. So do have a little research if you're new to it, viewers. It's a really exciting thing. I'm really excited to be a part of it.
So I'm gonna just switch the categories. We're gonna do the mini games first.
Okay.
Yeah. So round 1 is called Play, Delete, Uninstall. You've played Sleep, Marry, Kill, Sleep with Marry, Kill.
Yep.
So in this mini game, I will name a set of 3 games each time. You'll have to tell me which one you would play and keep forever, which one you'd delete from existence, and which one you'd uninstall. Play once, uninstall, or like just play all the way through. You might need like to write it down if you want.
Fair enough. Yeah, I'll make little notes.
Yeah.
I'm at the ready.
That also includes the whole franchise.
Okay.
And there's hold on. I'll be right back. So there is a small little thing that I added extra. So you have 2 jokers that allow you to either delete all of the games during one of the questions, or you can keep all of them. You cannot uninstall, you cannot keep or delete 2 and favor 1. You're also free to skip any of these if you feel stuck or if you blank out.
Okay.
All right. Call of Duty, Counter-Strike, Battlefield.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna play Battlefield.
Okay.
I'm gonna uninstall Call of Duty.
Okay.
And delete Counter-Strike from existence.
I kind of... Oh, well, Counter-Strike was the mother of these games, but fair enough.
Fair.
All right.
We've gone in the weird order.
No worries. Apex Legends, Fortnite, Valorant.
Oh my gosh, this is tricky.
It's going to get harder.
Oh my god, I'll be honest, I've never played Valorant. So I'm going to delete that from existence because I know nothing about it really.
Okay.
I'll uninstall Fortnite because for me it's one of those games that kind of turns me off.
Okay.
But I have played it. I would play it with friends for a laugh, so I'm not going to say never.
Okay.
And then
play Apex.
That was good fun. Yeah.
Okay. Now PUBG, Overwatch 2, and Halo.
Do you know, I've not played Halo, so let's delete that from existence.
Okay.
I'm gonna play PUBG.
Okay.
And uninstall, what was the other one?
Overwatch 2.
Terrible memory, please. Overwatch. There we go. Overwatch 2.
Okay.
I'll uninstall that one.
No worries. Valheim, Stardew Valley, Minecraft.
Oh, I mean, instantly play Stardew Valley. I'm obsessed with that one.
Okay.
I love Stardew Valley. I played that before on stream. That's good fun. This is a tricky one. I'm going to say uninstall Minecraft, right? I've not got loads of experience with it, but it just seems so fun.
Okay.
And the possibilities are endless. So you got to keep that one around, right?
Yep. And delete Valheim.
And delete. Yeah, delete Valheim.
All right. The Sims, Disney Dreamlight Valley, and Palia.
Ooh. I mean, it's got to be Play Sims. I'm obsessed with Sims, and I have been since I was very, very young.
Okay.
Like, Lucifer, I don't know if you know this game. Do you know Sims Busting Out?
Of course.
I don't know if you've ever heard of that.
Yes.
Yeah, I love that. I used to play that
I
on my
played
game
the
too.
Herbs as well.
Sims.
Herbs, Sims in the
Yes,
City.
Sims Herbs, yes. So Sims just has to live on forever. I love Sims so much.
Yeah.
So we've got Sims. What was the other two, Lucifer?
Disney Dreamlight Valley and Palia. Or Palia.
We'll uninstall Dreamlight Valley and delete Palia.
Okay. Warframe, The First Descendant, and Once Human.
Oh my god, do you want to know something terrible? I haven't played any of these games, Lucifer.
Remember, you have 2 jokers.
I do. I'm going to delete them all from existence. Is that really rude?
Nope.
I'm going to use a joker and do it. Let's use one joker. Let's delete them all. I'll just offend everyone in the game.
All right. You still have 1 joker left. So this one,
good.
you might hate me for it. Baldur's Gate, Elden Ring, and Diablo.
Oh, do you know what? I think I'm okay here. I absolutely struggle so deeply with Elden Ring, so I'm going to delete it from existence, which I know is so offensive, but I am shocking at it.
I agree.
That's gone.
I agree with the delete.
It's terrible. That one. It just has to be a thing. Do you know what? I really enjoyed Diablo 4. So I will have that as my... I really enjoy it, so I'll have that as my uninstall, but I do love it. But it's obviously got to be Baldur's Gate 3. Love it forever.
All right.
We'll play that one.
All right. Quake, Doom, and the Elder Scrolls series.
Oh my gosh. Okay. It's got to be Elder Scrolls Play. Like, my favourite game of all time is Skyrim. Like, ever.
Okay.
I can say happily that is my favourite game of all time. So it's got to be Elder Scrolls for the Play. I will... Oh, what were the other two? We've got Quake
and Doom.
Okay, and I'll uninstall Doom. I'm shocking at it, but it's really good fun. It's great to get your aggression out. And then I will delete Quake.
Okay.
Yeah, for me it is.
Okay. I know you don't like horror games, but I'm going to ask you a few of them. So, Lethal Company, Content Warning, and Among Us.
Oh, interesting. Is Among Us part of the horror genre?
Yes, because it's like a slasher where you kill like the animations. It's more so like Lethal Company and Content Warning are like... I started off with these 3 because they dip their toes into the horror genre, but they're more space games.
Yeah. Oh, interesting. I didn't think of that. Well, let's play Among Us because that's a classic.
Yep.
I'm gonna uninstall Content Warning. That's been a good time when I've seen that, and we'll delete Lethal Company.
Lethal Company. Okay. Phasmophobia, Demonologist, and Devour.
Oh my gosh, we're gonna have to delete Devour because I've never heard of it.
Okay.
It's probably terrible, right? See, I've heard you talk about Demonologist, right?
Yep.
I don't know if I should be swayed by your opinion. I haven't played it myself.
I'm very biased. I'm very biased. So
I'll follow your good judgments. Let's play that one.
Fair enough.
I'll uninstall Phasmophobia.
Fair enough. Okay, so Destiny 2, Dead Space, and Mass Effect.
Ooh, okay. I'm gonna play Mass Effect. I feel it's a really, really good series.
Okay.
That's a good one. Let's uninstall Dead Space.
Okay.
And I will delete or remove. I'm forgetting the phrase in place, but I'm deleting it.
Delete.
Destiny
2. Okay. Destiny 2 is gone.
Fair enough. Yeah, it's gone.
Okay.
It's gone. Never existed.
Visage, Madison, Five Nights at Freddy's.
Oh my gosh. This is tricky, right? This is a tricky one for me because I know I said like I'm not very knowledgeable in the horror genre. There are certain horror games I really enjoy. Now I don't know if this is classed as horror, right? But I really enjoyed The Quarry. I don't know if you know that game.
It's coming. It's there. It's on the list.
Oh, okay, cool. Because I love that one.
So
there's some things that I really enjoy, but I'm probably just not very good at them. But let's go with. I'm gonna play Five Nights at Freddy's.
Okay.
Uninstall Madison. That freaked me the hell out, man. That game. Or
And
the music.
Visage. Yeah.
The music. Yeah, and we'll delete this off.
Okay. Dead Island, Left 4 Dead, and Dying Light.
Okay. Dead Island, Left 4 Dead. And what was the last one?
Dying Light. They're all zombie games.
Dying Light. I actually really, really like the Dead Island series, so I'm going to play that. I think it's so fun. Like, it makes killing zombies like a great hobby.
I still need to finish the second one. I have no one to play the second or finish it with.
Good.
Yeah.
And the DLC. Have you gone to the DLC yet?
This is the part that I haven't played. I finished it, but I haven't played the DLC.
Nice. Oh, it's such fun. I love it. What's the one? Is it
Left 4 Dead and Dying Light?
Sorry, I was saying about the DLC. But yeah,
The Invitation, I think. The Invitation.
Yeah,
that's what I played.
Yeah, that was amazing. I love that.
Yeah.
So definitely play Dead Island.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with uninstall Dying Light and we'll delete Left 4 Dead.
Well, fun fact, did you know that... No worries. Did you know that Dying Light had some producers that worked on Dead Island as well?
I did not.
Because some of the zombie noises in Dying Light have been used in Dead Island 1 as well.
That is amazing. I knew them from somewhere.
I mean...
recognize those zombies.
I think the same company that did... or before they got like bought out by a major company. So when they started, that team worked on Dying Light. And Dying Light was supposed... I think I read it somewhere. It was supposed to be an expansion for Dead Island, but then they made it a thing and they added parkour and they wanted to stand out. So yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay. The Quarry, Don't Starve Together, and The Forest.
Okay, well, definitely play The Quarry. I loved it. I thought that was so cool. That's now got me onto games like Until Dawn, which I haven't finished yet, but love.
Okay.
So let's play The Quarry. I'll delete the. Is it Don't Starve? I don't know.
Don't Starve Together. It's a survival crafting game, but it's like it has a spooky aspect. It's like a top-down view, hand-drawn. It's my favorite game of all time.
Oh, is it? Oh, I can't delete that then.
You can. I don't mind. A lot of people deleted it. I don't mind.
Did they?
Yes.
Oh. Okay,
Yes.
We'll stick with our convictions. We'll stick with it. Okay, we're going to delete that one.
Okay.
And we'll uninstall The Forest.
All right. The Evil Within, Resident Evil, and Alan Wake.
Oh, this is an interesting one. I'll be honest, I've not played Evil Within, so I'm probably going to delete that one. I thought Alan Wake was stunning. I thought it was amazing. Particularly Alan Wake 2 is just amazing. I've only played a little bit of on stream because I do like the Mystery Game Thursdays where I play something random.
Yeah.
But
play Alan Wake.
Yeah, play Alan Wake. We will uninstall Resident Evil. Like, it's a stunning set of games as well, and I love playing through this. Particularly the multiplayer, like number 5. I really love playing.
Yeah.
And then we'll delete Evil Within.
And I heard one of the Resident Evil games was almost banned because it was like racist at some point.
Oh, I wonder which one that was.
Third
Maybe it
one.
was number 5.
I think 3 or 5.
One
of them.
Interesting.
I was talking about that in a chat today. One of them got just almost got banned. I'm like, well, no. Someone said because it sucked. Well, I told them, well, I always suck, and I can always know how to suck, and I'm not banned.
Yeah,
So-
exactly. Use your skill set.
Yep. So Dead Rising,
I love it.
The Mortuary Assistant, and The Walking Dead.
Oh. I'm gonna play The Walking Dead. I enjoy that series. It's good fun. And then I've not played. Was it the Mortuary's Assistant? That sounds kind of cool.
Yeah, Mortuary Assistant. It's
interesting.
a lot of people are super scared of that game.
Oh, I'm gonna put that as uninstall then because that just sounds funky. And then we'll delete Dead Rising, which might be a terrible decision, but we're going with it.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Dead Rising is kind of like the Saints Row of horror games, of zombie games.
That is a very interesting mix.
Because it's like
Saints Row meets horror.
No. It's goofy and it's stupid. Like you can use like I don't know if it's in the game, but you can use like very stupid things. Like for example, like a light pole to just hit zombies with it, a chair, like all the goofy things. Yeah. All right. So Dead by Daylight, Killer Clowns, and Texas Chainsaw Massacre. You remember you have a Joker left.
I do. Maybe I'm going to play my final Joker here because I know in particular I'm not super keen of Dead by Daylight.
All right.
But I don't know the other ones super well. So let's go for the final Joker. We're going to delete them all.
All right. No worries. So Project Zomboid, 7 Days to Die, and The Last of Us.
Oh, that's an interesting one. Okay. Do you know what's interesting? I've only played a bit of Last of Us, but I watched it through someone else playing it, and it was like a stunning movie series. I love Last of Us, so I'm going to play that one. I think it's an amazing game for storytelling. And I think 7 Days is good fun. I've seen that streamed a lot, so I'm going to uninstall that one.
I'm going to be streaming it tomorrow. So.
Oh, there you go. Brilliant. Yeah. And then we'll delete. Was it Project
Zomboid? Yes.
Zomboid. I mean,
it's also on my list.
But... Okay. I'll keep an eye out.
So delete or uninstall?
I will delete Project.
Okay.
But we'll we'll uninstall 7 Days.
All right. Little Nightmares, the Alien series, and Silent Hills.
Okay. Was the last one Silent Hill? This is tricky, this one, actually. Because, I'm not a massive horror player, but I watch it a lot. Like, I'm super invested, I find them interesting. But I'm too scared to play them myself.
This is the last one in the horror, so...
Okay. Do you know what? I'm gonna play Silent Hill because I feel like they're really, really cool games.
Okay.
I really enjoy watching those.
Alright.
I'm going to uninstall Alien.
Okay.
Because Alien Isolation makes me hyperventilate. And even worse, though, I find Little Nightmares so creepy. That little cute player, I don't want him to get hurt, so let's delete that. I can't do it.
Third one is coming on its way.
Oh no, some more torture. I've deleted it, please, for it's not coming. It's fine.
Well, yeah. So Fall Guys, Chained Together, Party Animals.
Ooh, okay. This is tricky with a couple of them. I'm gonna say play Fall Guys. I love it so much.
Okay.
Like never before have I felt so celebrated for being an absolute hot mess, falling off everything. So that's a great time. And then we'll go with uninstall Party Animals. I love playing that, but I don't play it super often, so maybe that can be played a little bit.
Okay.
And I've not had the opportunity to play Chained Together, so as much fun as it looks, I might have to delete that one. I have no Jokers left.
Fair enough.
So I'm gonna go with that.
Fair enough. The Binding of Isaac, Cult of the Lamb, and Hades.
Oh. Okay, I'm gonna play Cult of the Lamb because that is super cute and I really enjoy that one. And I'm already in a few people's cults, so I just, gotta keep that up, right?
I need to go back to that as well at some point.
It's so good. It's really, really fun. Yep. I loved seeing the Twitch integration. It's great. I'm gonna uninstall Hades, and I've not heard of the Isaac one, so I'm gonna have to delete it, which might be terrible. I've not heard that one.
It's like a dungeon crawler where you go into like dungeons. Probably it's a little fun game, but it's not like for me. Okay. So Cyberpunk, GTA, and Saints Row.
Yeah. Okay. Fun fact, like again, I said like earlier, I do my mystery game once a week where I play something random. There are 2 games in this trio that I love, and I still haven't streamed yet though.
Mm-hmm.
So I love GTA 5. I love that game, which might seem like kind of out of character for me. I don't know.
No
I don't play a
worries.
lot of the online, but I love the main game.
You
so
should try roleplay. You should try GTA roleplay. It's free, by the way. You should really try it.
Roleplay?
It is, yeah.
What is that?
It's 5M. Like when you see people play 5M, it's like GTA roleplay.
Oh my god, what?
Yeah, it's like you go into a site. Just put on
Yeah.
Google, like search for GTA or 5M, like 5 FIVEM.
Yeah.
It's one word, and then download it.
Yeah.
And then it just mods the game into a way where you can just go and like play as any
Oh my
character
God.
that you want. But there's like lingo you have to use, like language. For example, like if you're AFK, you would say, sorry, I'll be daydreaming, or I'll be in my head for a bit. If you're streaming, you don't say that you're streaming. You say, I have like voices in my head, for example. Like there are stuff. It's like a
sounds
virtual
cool.
life, but in a game.
Yeah.
You can also work jobs. You
how
can
have I
rob
not heard of
banks. You can do a lot of stuff. That's how I started.
Sounds amazing.
That's how I started. Like watching these. Yeah. Alright, so
Wow. Oh
play
my god.
GTA.
Yeah, keep GTA alive forever. Yeah, we're playing that one. I really enjoy Cyberpunk as well. I know it had a lot of issues when it first came out, and I waited a long time to get it. But when I did play it, I loved it. So we're going to uninstall that one.
Okay.
And I really wanted to like Saints Row, but I really struggled with it. It's good fun, but in terms of playing, it wasn't for me.
No
so
worries.
I'm going to delete that one.
So all of the franchise is gone. Okay.
Yeah, sorry, that's quite a few.
No worries.
isn't it?
No worries. No worries.
A few of those games.
Pal World, Pokemon, and Temtem.
Oh, I mean, play Pokemon all day. That's easy. Definitely that one. I'm going to uninstall Power World, and I'm going to delete Temtem because I've not actually played that one.
Temtem is like just
Might be a
honestly horrible. Like I got
Okay,
it.
so I'm not missing much.
Yeah, I got it on PS5, and then I played it. You get
Yeah.
to a point where it's like ridiculously repetitive, and like you seem to progress like very slowly, like a snail. And then I got it on the Switch because there was a sale, and Mom just bought me a few games. One of them is Temtem, and then on the Switch it keeps like disconnecting me and crashing and stuff. So I'm like, okay, no, yeah.
Not worth it. Not
All right.
worth it. Yeah, let's delete that one.
All right. So last four, or actually last 15, like 15 games. So Assassin's Creed, Uncharted, and Tomb Raider.
Okay. This is difficult. I shouldn't. You told me to. I feel like you swayed me, Lucifer, with the Jokers. Now I'm out here panicking.
I'll give you one more. I'll give you one more, just for the road.
all right, fine, thank you. I'm gonna play them all. They're great games. I love them all.
All right.
They're super, super fun. Like with long series, they're not all gonna be winners, right? But overall, I love those game series. I'll
All
play
right.
all of them.
All right. So Kingdom Hearts, Persona games, and Final Fantasy.
Ooh, okay. A lot of these games, again, I've kind of seen played, not played too much of them myself, but I'm gonna play Kingdom Hearts because I do love the Disney vibe. So we can live for that. We can go for that. We'll play that. I'm gonna uninstall Final Fantasy because again, big series. I feel like it'd be rude to delete them all. I'm gonna have to delete Persona, which I know is gonna offend everyone, but
No worries. No worries. So Genshin Impact, Zenless Zone Zero, and Honkai Star Rail.
Oh my god, Lucifer, this is the time when I should have used my Joker. Again. I haven't played any of those, but I hear good things about Jensen. Is it Jensen Impact?
Genshin.
Probably butchering that. What?
Genshin Impact. Yeah, Genshin.
Oh my gosh, I'm such an embarrassment. Thank
No
you.
worries.
Lucifer.
I hate them all anyways.
We'll play that
so-
one. Gee, okay, we'll play that one. I'm gonna have to just
No
figure it
worries.
out with these ones.
They're all the
play
same
that
genre.
one.
Like they're all the same genre, just
Okay.
different branding.
They're basically the same game, right? So I can
Yeah.
just play all of them.
Play, delete, uninstall. There's no more jokers.
You're not giving me any more? I can't squeeze one more? No, it's fine.
Well,
The love has gone. I love it. No
yeah, but if you squeeze one more, then
I think I'm gonna squirt.
and I need another one later. Oh my god, what was that?
it was me.
That was you, was it? That was you squirting.
Yeah.
Oh my god. It's beautiful. I can't even remember the other two names, Blues, for you.
Zenless Zone Zero and then Honkai.
Okay.
Well,
Honkai. That
you
is
know
a
what?
wild name.
You can skip the question, by the way. You haven't used the skip
Okay,
yet.
yeah, we'll skip it.
All right.
I'm lost here.
No worries. And then finally, the Mario games, the Kirby games, and Sonic games.
Oh, okay. It's gonna have to be Play All Day Mario. I love those games so much. Grew up playing Mario Kart. That what is it? Baby Mario, Baby Luigi
Oh my God.
route was just the highlight of my life. Loved
Yeah.
that because everyone was just together and you could just bomb everyone. It was great.
Okay.
And then we'll uninstall Sonic and we'll
Delete Kirby. Okay. No worries. No worries. Okay, so this is kind of a game that to your liking. It's called Battle of the
Okay.
Genres.
Ooh.
It's a new game I
intrigued.
decided to try out where I will give you names, the names of
Okay.
different game genres each time. You'll decide whether to keep it or delete it, but you have to use hashtags for that.
Oh my gosh.
It's
What
like-
is it? Hashtag keep it? Or I
Hashtag,
have to come up
just
with-
come up with something. For example, let's say shooters. Well, shoot it to death. Hashtag shoot it to death, for example. Like, be creative with it.
Okay.
There are no
Okay, I'll do
jokers
my
here.
best.
There are no jokers here, and the last genre standing will be crowned as tonight's champion.
Oh, okay.
We'll start
let's do
with-
this.
Platformers. Platforming games.
Okay, hashtag platform shoes yes, platform games no. We're gonna get rid of it.
So, no. Okay.
No.
It's gone. First person shooters or first person games, like both in one. Keep or delete.
Okay. I'm gonna keep them. Hashtag shooty tooty rooty death time. That's terrible.
Okay, third person
They're not
shooters.
getting any better.
No worries. Third person shooters, third person games.
Oh. Okay. Hashtag third person, not third on my list. I'm gonna keep it.
I love that. Okay, so Souls like.
I feel that sympathy.
Souls like.
Oh, okay. Hashtag souls like saps my soul. We're
Okay.
gonna get rid of it. We're
Okay,
gonna say no.
Okay. So roguelike games.
Oh. You're gonna have to help me with this one. Roguelike.
Ro-
What's that kind of genre?
Hold on.
Roguelike
Roguelike games. Yeah, roguelike games are like Hades, like for example,
Okay.
Cult of the Lamb.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, this is tricky, this one. Oh my god.
Hashtag.
Oh, this is so difficult.
No worries. It's not a matter of like if it's gone or if it stays. It's just like play or just
Yeah, I'm just
delete.
like-
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna keep it, but I'm trying to be creative. My mind has lost me.
Mm.
You think for a weird rogue one? You're funny. Come on, Bluesfur.
I mean,
Put you on the spot.
on the rogue again.
Help me out. Oh my god, Bluesfur, you show me up. That's it. I'm out.
On the rogue again.
That
Yeah.
was beautiful.
All right. So horror games.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna go with hashtag horror her. I hardly know her.
So no.
And I'm gonna keep them.
Oh, keep them. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep them.
Survival crafting games.
Hashtag crafting causes trauma. We're gonna get rid of them. That's too complex for me.
Fair enough. Fair enough. MMOs, like massive multiplayer online.
Hashtag MMO, hell no. We're gonna get rid of that one.
Okay. Rhythm and music games.
Ooh. Ooh. I'm gonna go with hashtag rhythm is a chancer, and I'm gonna keep it. That sounds funky.
Nice.
Yeah.
Battle royales. That's a tongue twister.
Yeah, that is. How am I gonna hashtag it, Lucifer? I'm not gonna keep it. Hashtag battle, more like hassle. That's terrible, but ugh, not my vibe.
Okay, fair enough. Puzzle and strategy.
Okay, we'll go hashtag everyday I'm puzzling, and I'll keep it.
All right. Role-playing games.
Definitely keep it.
Okay.
Trying to think of something smart to say. I'll start saying something smart soon, I promise.
Hashtag schmort.
Hashtag smart. It's smart to keep role-playing games, right? We'll go with that.
Nice. Okay, so driving or racing or vehicular games.
I'm gonna keep it. They're super, super fun.
Okay.
What can I say for this? Oh my god, can I actually hashtag something I saw today? This is a real life thing, right?
Yes.
This just makes me think of driving. I was out driving today and someone had this on the back of their car. Hashtag hot girls hit curbs.
Oh my god.
That's really disturbing to me.
Oh my god.
I found it hilarious.
Oh my god.
I didn't know what to think of it, Lucifer, but we gotta hashtag it so we'll remember it forever.
I'm forever traumatized.
Yeah, me too.
All right. So fighting games.
Okay.
Like Mortal Kombat, like wrestling, for example.
Okay. I'm gonna say hashtag catch me outside. How about that? And I'm gonna say no. Let's get rid of it.
Okay.
We're not fine today.
Simulators.
Oh, so good. I'm gonna be like hashtag simple fun, and I'm gonna keep them.
Okay. Sandbox, open world games.
Ooh. Keep.
Okay. And the last one before I make you just pick one. Action adventure.
Action adventure. Again, keep. I know I'm keeping so many.
Okay.
Action hero. Hashtag action hero.
Okay, so you chose first person, third person,
Many.
roguelike, horror, puzzle strategy, role playing, vehicular, simulators, open world, and action adventure. You have to choose one of them to crown. Only one can stay.
I'm gonna crown the vehicle driving ones because I think that hashtag just reminded me of a great time today. So let's keep those. Hashtag hot girls hit curbs. That was good fun. Thank you, please.
All right. No worries. All right. So now we are gonna go to the quick round of like quick fire or the lightning round / pop quiz. So do you mind telling me and the listeners what's one daily routine you have to do?
Oh, you know what I'm really into right now is Duolingo. I'm loving that.
I downloaded
German.
that.
I'm not very good.
Downloaded that today. I want to strengthen my Russian.
Oh, yes, add me please. So there you go. Honestly, and peer pressure is the best thing for a habit.
And you know what? You know what?
It.
I forgot everything I learned today.
No, please.
Well.
Oh, so that's my daily habit. Maybe not yours, but that's mine.
Okay, so if you ever were to be any object or creature, Real or fictional? What would you be and why?
You know, I'm gonna feel like you gotta do something magical, right? If someone gives you the opportunity, you gotta do it. I'm gonna be a hippogriff from the
Ooh.
Harry Potter series. They are freaking awesome creatures, right? And being able to fly is amazing.
Have you played Hogwarts
I would love
Legacy?
that. I have, and I love it.
I
I
will
love it.
play
What
it
house are you,
again.
Lucifer? What
I
house are
I
you?
was chosen as Gryffindor, but I went with Hufflepuff
Okay.
because I love yellow,
Nice.
and
Nice.
I named my character Ben Dover.
Oh, of course you did.
Yeah, and I think my
Beautiful.
Slytherin run will be called Nanya Business.
Nice.
She will be called Nanya Business.
I love it. Sass immediately. Yep.
Yeah.
I'm Slytherin, so I've got to think of a badass name too. I
Or
love that.
maybe Anya Knees, like Anya Knees.
Oh, wow. The possibilities are endless,
Yeah,
especially with your mind.
yeah. So what's your biggest pet peeve?
Ooh, biggest pet peeve. I'm gonna say people that need to be the center of attention every minute of every day. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I obviously, I think as a streamer, you often have to be a bit of an extrovert, right? Or like something about you has to be a bit kind of engaging. But someone who needs it and there's like a desperation there, I don't know. Like, if you need it too much, I'm gonna take a seat back and I'm probably not gonna engage with you. So, might be harsh, but that's my answer.
All right, I'll see myself out then.
Not you, please, but not you. Anyone else, just not you.
Okay,
You're fine.
Fine. Okay then. What's one thing you cannot live without?
Ooh, that is really tricky. I'm gonna be. Can a person be a thing?
Yep.
Can I objectify someone, Lucifer?
Yes,
Is that okay?
yes.
I'm actually gonna say my absolute best friend Kelly. I adore her. I've known her since we were like 5 years old.
Nice.
I could not live without her. She's there through thick and thin, so we'll go with that.
Nice. What's your comfort off-stream game?
Ooh, definitely Skyrim. It's got to be Skyrim.
Okay.
I can play it. It's so chill. I can play it whenever. It's great.
Okay. So what's one thing you spend a lot of money on besides games and books?
Is it bad? The first thing I thought of was rent. Bills, bills.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that.
Okay. So what would you do with $1 million?
Ooh, wow. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna be a bit lame and say I want to buy a house. I don't know if that is lame, but it's like something that I really want in the future, but it's so hard to get, right? Like, it's so hard, and I would love to do that. Like, get a big house where you can host people and have people over. That would be awesome. Like, I don't know where yet, but I'll get a fancy house.
Probably, what's it called? A penthouse or something? Or like a condo?
Yeah, maybe something super fancy. I was also thinking, I don't know if you know your book very well, Lucifer, but I was thinking like Gatsby's house. I don't know if you know The Great Gatsby.
I've seen the movie.
Do like big parties, go what? Yeah, well, the movie counts. It's great as well. So yeah, I'm gonna get a big Gatsby house. Let's do it.
Okay, so this is a three-part question. What's one of your all-time favorite songs, or a song that you've put on repeat lately a lot?
Okay. One of my favorite all-time artists is David Bowie. I love something a bit weird.
Nice.
I love it, and I'm gonna say Space Oddity. I love that song so much. It's so weird, but I love it.
Nice. Mine, last night and the night before and today, it's a song by a UK artist, Anne-Marie. It's called Unlovable with Rudimental. It describes.
I know Rudimental. I know that name.
It describes my love life to to an extent where it's like exactly me.
Oh wow!
She says,
"Base their song off of your life."
Yeah, she said like so many lovers, but I haven't found the one that soothes my heart. It's like every night I sit down and think, well, is there anybody out there who can love me? Or like, yeah, that's fine. So
that sounds like beautiful lyrics.
Yeah, what's one of your all-time favorite movies?
Oh my gosh, there's so many out there, isn't there?
Or one that you've seen lately and you feel like you want to repeat it again?
You know what I really love? I love Quentin Tarantino. as a director. I love his mad films. I'm going to go with Kill Bill. I love those two films. The Kill Bill series is awesome.
Fair enough. And the final one is what's one of your all-time TV shows? And by TV shows, I mean like talk shows and like game shows or series.
Oh, okay. We got to be a series. I'm going to go with, and you know, it's going to be really controversial because I haven't even finished it yet. How bad is that? But I'm going to go with the first thought that came to my head because it was one of those series that something happened. I won't spoiler, we won't do it. But something happened and I literally just like dropped to the floor. I was shocked, like what a plot twist. It was Lost. That was, wow.
Oh, nice.
I know a lot of people critique things about it, but Lost is the one for me.
I want to recommend a series. It's based off a UK one. It's called Shameless, but I recommend the US one.
I've only seen the UK one, but I'll have to watch the US one then.
The US one?
That's awesome. I love the UK one.
I'm not saying that because I'm like dissing or anything, but like I feel that the US one, they've like done it better. Like it's inferior to me, like quality wise, because the UK one started in 2002, the US one I think 2007 or something. Yeah, so I feel like I'm pretty sure you've seen the Star Wars, like the Jedi games.
Yes, yeah.
He's the main character is in Shameless.
No way.
The redhead guy, yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
And
that's crazy.
he plays
that's a must watch.
He plays a gay guy as well, and he gets married.
Oh, okay, yeah, watching it tomorrow. Sorted, thank you.
It's 11 seasons, and it gets tense to a point where you it's gonna fuck with your mind. But it's funny, and it's touching, and it's like a lot of jumbled up emotions, and I love it, and I want to rewatch it again.
Oh, there we go. That's what we'll do.
I've laughed, I've cried, I've raged watching it. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, why? Yeah.
It is that kind of show, even the UK one. Gosh.
Yeah, but I've
awesome.
seen bits and pieces of the UK one, but I still feel like the US is inferior. The version of the US.
What better? You mean, superior?
Yeah.
Better than?
Not inferior. Yeah,
yes.
sorry, superior.
Yes.
Superior, sorry, yeah.
Yeah, amazing. Yeah, I'll watch that.
Yeah, so if you had one special superpower, what would it be and why, and how would you use it?
Oh my gosh.
You can skip questions as well, by the way.
Forget.
Sorry?
No, I'm going to try. I feel like people always ask this question. I always forget my answer. But I might just go with something simple. Like I said before with the creature, I'd love to be able to fly. How cool would that be? So let's go with flight. That'd be awesome.
Alright, so if you had the chance to switch lives with one celebrity from today for just one day, who would you pick and why?
Switch lives with? Ooh. Yeah, it's going to sound so weird. But I feel like Ryan Reynolds is freaking hot right now. I'd be him for a day. He must have a great life. He's doing great. Like, I would do that. See how the other half live.
Fair enough. My pick would be, even though I despise the ground they walk on, Kim Kardashian. For 3 reasons. One, I want to smuggle some of her money to my family. 2, I want to just see a day in her life. And 3, I want to just be able to call her sisters names like bitch, like even use the C word on them.
Oh my god, Bible, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm ashamed to say I've seen some of that series, but yeah, that sounds like a good time booster.
I couldn't.
Have you not?
I won't.
Fair.
Alright, so something you always wanted to learn, but you couldn't find time for.
I don't know, I might say like a musical instrument. I did a little bit when I was a kid. Like I used to play a guitar and a bit of bass and even a bit of drums. I kind of dabbled in so many, but never really mastered any. But I'm going to say maybe like the guitar. That would be awesome. Okay.
Which of these 3 things would you give up if you ever had the chance to? Money, gaming, or love?
Oh, that's harsh. Oh, I don't want to, but I'm going to have to say money.
Okay.
I don't want to.
A lot of people have been saying money lately, but I'm like, how? Like yesterday, I was recording with Michael Nothing, and he was like, money. I'm like, how are you gonna buy games? He's like, well,
how are you gonna fund it?
Fair point. I'm like, okay, there's free games, but still, like,
Yeah, I totally agree. They're all kind of
Yeah,
linked in some weird way.
yeah. So if you had an alter ego, what would it be named and what would it do?
My gosh, what would it be named? What would it do? Maybe it would be, I don't know, like some kind of mad, awesomely successful, like criminal character, like some kind of GTA, I don't know, some kind of OG gangster, which is totally not me.
What would the name be?
What would the name be? I know, why would we go something weird like, I don't know, Knuckles? Oh, that's so weird.
Oh my god.
I'm trying to think like some weird, like, that's intimidating, right? You hear someone's called Knuckles, you don't want to cross them, Lucifer. You don't want to go past them, right?
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
We'll do it.
All right. What's the weirdest habit you've got?
Do you know what? This maybe not super weird. I don't know. Maybe someone would tell me out there they do this. I feel like it might be weird. Say like you're looking for a list of something. Like you're looking for a list. Say like I was on Xbox Game Pass recently. Let's say that, and I was looking through games. I cannot start at the top. I have to scroll all the way to the bottom and start from there. I don't know why. I don't know what's wrong with me. If I'm looking at something, I have to start somewhere else, not the top. How weird is that?
I mean, it is.
So basically, I'm a bottom.
Oh my god. It is not that weird though, but still.
Okay, good to know. I'm reassured.
Okay, so these are food-related questions. What's your favorite drink of choice?
No, I'm going to be really weird and say a Lucozade. Like the still ones, not the fizzy ones. I love them. Can't get enough of them.
Okay. Yeah. I think I know which ones, yeah.
Yeah, they're good.
There is a song called Lucozade. I think, I don't know if you've ever heard of it.
What?
It's called, it is done by, what's his name again? Zayn from One Direction.
No.
Yes, he has a song called Lucozade.
I don't. What? What is he playing at? Wow. I mean, I'll have to listen to it after the podcast. There we go.
Yeah, it's from his debut album back when he left the band.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so mine would be a Jaeger bomb, but you know how Jägermeister, they add to make it a bomb, they add energy drinks to it, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And I add vodka, and I add well, you can add soda, but I don't drink soda, or I don't drink like Pepsi or cola or these, but I add like sparkling drinks or juice to it as well.
Oh, that's mad. I'm gonna have to try it.
Oh, you're gonna be hashtag gone in 60 seconds.
Oh, okay, it's gonna be powerful. Noted.
Yeah, I like it because it's powerful. And
also, what a good film.
And weirdest.
Have you actually seen that?
I need to see it. Yeah. So, what's your favorite comfort food of all time?
I'm just gonna go for the food group that I call potato. Potatoes are great. I love crisps, but particularly I'm gonna say roast potatoes. And my nan has a way of making roast potatoes with a particularly odd ingredient that she adds, but it's great. So roast potatoes, Nan's recipe.
What's the weirdest food you've ever had?
Oh gosh, I know this immediately, and it's disgusting, but it was awful. I was on my honeymoon, and I thought it'd be a fun idea to try something really weird and different. And I had smoked eel.
Oh my god!
And it was the worst thing I've ever eaten in my life. Like, I don't know if it was psychological, but as soon as it entered my body, I felt like I needed to reject it.
Yeah,
it was awful.
Mine was octopus, and I had it by mistake because my cousin likes to experiment with her food, so she added it.
Yeah.
She took like the curry like flavoring and curry everything, and she just mixed it with rice. And she made the rice yellow, and then she added octopus. And I'm like taking them out.
When you were eating it, could you? You saw it.
It's like mini octopuses, like very mini, very small ones. And I took them out, and then my dad had just poured me plate, and I'm like, did you take them all? He's like, well, I tried to, and then I didn't notice that there was one, and when I was chewing on it, it was very chewy. I was like, what the fuck is this, and why is it delicious?
No.
Why is it tasty?
Oh my God, you liked it.
Yeah,
That's
but
crazy.
I'm never going back there.
Fair enough. That was a dark
Yeah.
time for you. Fair enough.
Yeah, and the final one is, can you name one traditional food from your country?
Oh gosh, I feel like my country's rubbish for awesome food. That's an interesting one. Honestly, Blues, but I'm like the worst person to ask. I feel like the UK is so boring.
Beans on
I don't know,
toast?
can you, like, yeah, I literally like fish and chips. Like I don't know.
No
like,
worries.
Cornish pasties. Ugh, I don't really like any of it.
Well, that's fine. You can skip this. So this is where we get a little bit serious. In this segment, we will be talking about mental health and some sensitive subjects. I apologize in advance for any heavy or triggering terms that might be used, not necessarily in this episode, but in general, because we've spoken about a lot of morbid and dark subjects in the past. So I'm going to say this again. Tonight's subject might or might not seem a little bit tense. I do not know yet. It doesn't seem like it, but we'll see. So be well aware, everybody who listens, be well aware as you listen, and feel free to either skip or dip out on this segment if you feel any uncomfortable feelings about some subjects. This also applies to the future episodes, so listen at your own risk and will. Mental health is not an easy subject to talk about. So today we're going to talk about identity, as Cass told me, and a feeling of not knowing what she's about. And before you start, can you please explain this further so that the listeners can know what the whole idea behind it is? Like, what do you mean by like not knowing what you're about? Just that.
Yeah, it's a funny one, isn't it? But I feel like when I was younger, I don't know if you've ever had this, right? I look at old photos of myself, and I feel like if I see like a very young photo, like when I'm a child, I look so happy. I just seem like really content with life, and I almost feel like I don't recognize that person. Like I feel like a bit kind of separate from that person, right? And I feel like something was lost along the way. And I know that might be an odd concept, but we can explain more if we need to. But I feel like I've spent a lot of my teenage years and young adult years trying to figure out my sexuality, my gender identity, like what I want from life, you know, what relationships do I want, what matters to me. And I feel like it's really difficult sometimes, because I don't know if anyone else has experienced this, but I describe it as just like free falling in the sky, and like feeling like there's nothing you can catch onto, there's nothing you can hold onto, there's no sense of, okay, but at least I know that, at least I know this bit, or I've got that about myself. I feel like I'm often stuck in a free falling space, and it's, for anyone who's ever been there, I don't know if it's super abstract, if that makes sense or resonates with anyone, but it's so distressing to feel like you don't know who you are, like you don't know what what you find sexually attractive.
Yeah.
You don't know necessarily what your gender identity. It's so disorientating, and I feel like I'm still very early in this journey, and I think that has been really tough at times, really tough, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So what made you just like, it doesn't happen overnight, because a lot of people I know kind of struggled or are struggling with this matter, but like, how did you come to that conclusion with yourself? Like, where did it come from?
I think like when I was growing up, I always felt just different and a bit like isolated from other people. Like I feel like I could be in a room full of people, maybe on the surface I look like I'm getting involved, I look like I'm socializing, I'm happy, but my head was doing something totally different. And I hear people say that a lot, actually, that, you know, being in a room full of people can be really freaking lonely, you know, like if you're in your head and you're worrying about yourself, you're being horrible to yourself, whatever those negative thoughts are. And I think, you know, that feeling of otherness kind of hit me pretty early on. And I remember through my teenage years kind of thinking, okay, am I bisexual? Like, what am I? Like, and it started as the kind of sexuality question, right? And now I feel like as I've gotten older, I've even had this question of, okay, what does it really mean to be a woman? Like, what is that about? Because there's so many things in society, isn't there, that tells us, well, a woman does this or a man does that. And I think, you know, and then obviously we've got everything in between, which is amazing. But I feel like we're getting better at this, but there's still a lot of deep-seated stereotypes that are really tricky to navigate, because you can't figure out, or I certainly struggle to figure out, what am I about versus what society says I should be about. That's kind of what I'm getting at, if that makes sense.
Yep. And society lately has been like, well, not everywhere, but like in some places, it's a little bit more secluded, more like discreet about it, more like rejecting of that. And it kind of like, for the people that are like going through what you're speaking of, it kind of gets hard on them, you know, like I don't think if they're ever able to just like get away from that place, I don't know, like what's one coping mechanism do you think they can do or would help them?
I mean, it's tricky, isn't it? Because what I'm about to say, not everyone's got, but I feel like support networks are so important. Because I think if you are super isolated and it's just you getting in your head, something dangerous can happen, you know. And it's horrible to say, but I've been there where you do have suicidal thoughts and it's awful and you feel so alone. But I think making sure you don't completely separate yourself, and if you have got people around you, even if it's acquaintances, maybe people you don't know very well, but if there's any positive influences or people that you think, do you know what, I get a good sense from this person, they might be someone I can rely on, reach out where you can. And I was talking to my friend about this today, and she says I still need to do it more, but you know, if you can find people that either are having the same journey as you, maybe they're struggling with similar things, or just people that are willing to listen. Because I think with a lot of issues in mental health, there's not a magic wand. There's not a way to go, oh, I'm sorry you're depressed, or I'm sorry you're struggling, maybe do this. Why don't you just go for a walk? Like, there's so many things that people constantly tell you to do, isn't there? Like, why don't you just think of this? Why don't you just do that? Eat better, exercise, do this, whatever it may be. But there's not a one size fits all. I think mental health is such a personal journey, and having someone who's just willing to listen and hear you out is massive. And try and find those people if you've not already got them. Because it's really hard to do it yourself.
And especially you've got like you're married yourself, so you've got like that support as well. How does your significant other feel about that, by the way, when you told him or them?
Do you know what? Fun story. We haven't talked about it too much. He is aware. Like, for example, like in terms of my sexuality, I currently identify as someone who's bisexual. I don't know if that's going to be the case forever, because I still feel like everything is very kind of something to figure out. But he's aware of that, and
experimental
has been from day
phase.
One. And he's super supportive. Like, you know, he really is. Like, he'll always hear me out, and that's amazing. So I'm very lucky in terms of that. But I think even when you have those people around you, it can still be scary to talk about, right? So I feel like, particularly with the gender topic, I feel like that's a really hard one to discuss. And I'll be honest, I think some people might even listen to this back and be surprised to hear me mention it and be like, wait, what? Because, and I'm obviously not saying anything in particular, right? Like about, oh, I think I might be this or whatever. But it's a journey, and I think a lot of people maybe assume that you just know, and that it's an easy, I'm this or this, or I just have a sense. But maybe some of us just don't know, and it's a funny one. So it's not something I've talked about a lot, and I still find it super difficult. Knowing how to explain it to maybe someone who's going to be really confused, because then you maybe feel a bit of shame around it as well. You feel a bit like, oh, I'm saying something weird, or oh gosh, like I'm alienating someone from you. It's a really difficult discussion, because when you don't have the answers, how are you going to educate someone else? Like, you've literally got to say to them, I don't have a clue either. I'm still figuring it out. I can't help you understand till I do it. But it would be amazing if you support me on this journey. You know, that's probably the goal, right?
Yeah. Especially with like males, because I've been there. Like I've been like at the beginning of my like this self-discovery journey. I identified as like bisexual, because at some point I kind of like tried dating a woman, and then I felt like I don't feel stuff. Maybe I should try the other part of the spectrum. So I tried it, and then I was like, I feel stuff more here. So I don't know.
Yeah, it's about a reflection journey, isn't it? And just it's a weird one with gender. I feel like sexuality is like one of those things that you can, you know, it's, excuse the cliche, but it's experimentation, isn't it? It's meeting people, it's trying different kinds of relationships. But with gender, it's such a weird one. Like, do you just almost reflect on aspects of yourself already and try to... This is what I'm stuck with, right? I don't know if this makes sense to anyone or yourself, Bruce, but like, do you start by almost analysing yourself and thinking, right, what fits into woman and what fits into man? But they're such archaic ideas, right? Like, it's not, you know, I don't know about everyone else. I personally don't believe there are just two genders. Personally.
I mean, I'm not with and I'm not against. I'm not with in the form of like, I'm okay with people from anywhere, but please, whatever you do, this might get people to hate me at some point, but like, please keep your children out of this. Like, do not teach them this when they're in schools, like when they're small, when they're like just before they mature. At least, okay, when they're starting to get their teenage years, just teach them about this, because like, you can't have a small child whose like brain isn't formed yet fully, who hasn't matured yet, like think that, okay, mom, I was born a boy, I want to be a girl, like have him get that sex change when they're small, a little kid. That's a big no for me. Like, I stand by what I said. So do not start teaching these to children. Whatever you do, just when they start growing up, when they start becoming teenagers, when they start maturing, do whatever you want then, but like, just give them time to grow, give them time to even discover themselves and choose for themselves. Don't educate them. Like, okay, you can tell them like, okay, it's okay, like accept gays, accept lesbians, but do not tell them like, if you don't feel uncomfortable, change your sex as a kid. Like, as an adult growing up or as a teenager, do it. I don't mind, but just keep it out of the education. Like, keep it out of everything, if you know what I mean.
It's interesting, isn't it? Because I think there's a fine line between exploring gender identity and a bit of education about that, and surgeries and biological changes and, like, you know, hormones getting involved, all this kind of stuff. Like, that feels very invasive at a young age to me. Like, you know, it's a tricky one, isn't it? Because unless you've lived it and you speak on it. But I mean, I don't know if you know, but you know, I was a teacher till very recently, so you know, education is a really interesting thing when you bring it up, because it's like, how much do you share with young people? Because I think what is a massive issue or a positive, see what you think on this, is it positive or is it negative? Young people have so much access to so much more information than they ever did before, and unfortunately they're seeing a lot more than perhaps is appropriate for certain ages. And we can't always control that. And then, you know, if people are already being exposed to that, or young people are already being exposed to that, do we need to educate? Because there's a lot of false information out there, and that's scary too. It's a weird one.
Yep, 100%. But there's also something that I read on like a Reddit, if we can say that, like a Reddit post or something that just caught my eye, and I've saved it ever since. So someone said, homosexuality is a disease. I pray to God that you'll get cured one day, because for heaven's sake, you're one beautiful human being, too beautiful to suffer this. And then they reply with, I'm no expert in English, but notice how the word homosexuality ends with ality, like reality, actuality, also personality. I don't know what the suffix ality means, but I'm guessing that has something with a way of life or with a way of living. Whatever, you get the idea. And then they added, now, notice how homophobia ends with phobia, which is an anxiety disorder characterized by extreme or irrational fear of simple things or social situations. That's taken from Google. I'm totally fine. You need help. I rest my case. That's the post. So it just clicked with me, and I've like saved it and kept it ever since.
Yeah, it's important to address those views. Like if you know that is something that speaks to you, to address those views. It's such a complicated issue, isn't it? But I think it's so good to speak out about what you believe in obviously a super respectful way, which it sounds like your reply was super respectful. Do you know what I mean? There's no offense caused, there's no rudeness. We don't need that, right? We can have a civilized conversation, but we can still share our important views. I think that's really good to do.
Yep. Anyways, Cass, thank you so much for the time. That's basically all the time we have. I really enjoyed it. And guys, please go follow ThisBeTheCassidy. It's the episode's name. Go follow her on Twitter. Go follow her on Twitch. Sorry. Go just hashtag in her streams. Go just participate in the love.
Yeah, bring the hashtags.
Yeah. And I will see you guys in the next episode. Please take care of yourselves and love yourselves. And have a nice day or happy time zones. Bye.